Hi, welcome to VIF. Welcome to the first episode of, I'm not sure the name of the podcast yet. I'm your host, Valerie. I am the founder of the InnerLight Collective, and I come to you today to share my journey of my 72-hour vow of silence and my 72-hour fast. So I did start the fasting period at 10 p.m. on Friday evening. Yes, I ate that late. And I ended it last night at 10 p.m. But today, all I've eaten is jackfruit and drink water. Had my sea moss, my bladder whack, all my little things to make sure I'm getting my minerals. So I guess I haven't really eaten. Oh, I had some cacao, some ceremonial grade cacao before this podcast about 20 minutes ago. So I could just connect with my heart, speak from the heart, and goddamn. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did record like a 15-minute mini podcast in Spanish before hopping on here and doing this version of it. I don't know, I tried, but I cannot communicate as fluently in Spanish, so I'm gonna have to practice. But when I did first hear my voice, I cried. So I will share clips of that. Don't you worry. 72 hours of fasting and my why. My why, I feel like when you give your body a break from having to consume and digest and like do all that, and I'm not talking just about the consuming like our food. I'm talking about like consuming like social media, consuming TV, consuming music, like all of that. I had none of that. I became besties with my mom's birds that I've hated for the last year because I really learned to appreciate their singing every morning. And I used to send them outside the house, not safe with cats, because I'd just get overstimulated. And over the last 3 days, I really learned to appreciate their singing. So yeah, I paused my consumption, and it was really good for me. There were certain points where I was like, I'm really sad. Like maybe I should call someone. But I was like, you get yourself up and you get ready and you go on a hike. You get yourself up and you go to the beach. You're like, I don't know. It was me and me all by myself. I think one of the hardest things was not talking to my dog. She's my bestie. I don't know. I kind of just like talk to her like she's human sometimes, and it's a form of entertainment. I have 3 dogs at home that I'm watching, or one's mine and the other 2 I'm watching. And over the 3 days, I'm like, how am I going to get them back inside the house without speaking to them? So, being the smart person I am, I decided to I made them turkey and rice. Like I cooked them food so that I could start teaching them, like, hey, when I like hit the door, you come inside because you're gonna get this. And it did work. It worked out beautifully. I think my patience for them grew. My appreciation of like our cat. He's an outdoor cat, and during my morning, it's not a meditation, but like during my morning period of like soaking up sun and playing with my dog, he would come like give me Reiki, like do energy work on me and like come hang out with me and wanted me to pet him. And we've never had that relationship before. So that was really cool for that to shift. So I don't know what's shifting in my energy where he's like, hey, let me be close to you and like give me some love and like let me heal you too. So that was cool. So we touched on the birds, we touched on the dog, we touched on the cat. I really miss like speaking to my family and my friends. Our ability to speak to one another and instantly tell each other what we want or what we need is such a gift. I had to go to the store to get something. I didn't know what aisle it was in. So I searched for it online and I like screenshotted it and I just showed the girl the picture and she like told me where to go. I didn't say anything. And then she sent me to the wrong aisle and I think she realized it and then she went to the right aisle to come find me to like give me the thing. But she also like stopped speaking. Where I get coffee here in Gilroy, there's this really kind girl. I guess she's a young woman who usually helps me when I'm in there. And I went there on Sunday. I wrote her a little note of like what I needed. She didn't question it. She was like, okay, like we're gonna let her be her weirdo self. And then today I went in again, and I gave her like a note of like what I needed again. And I could tell like, you know, it's the empathetic people that will like go silent with you, thinking that you can't speak, or knowing that you can't speak. And I really appreciated that. Really gave me hope in humanity. There was another woman. I went to Tractor Supply. I knew what I was getting. I went in, I grabbed it. She asked me if I had like a member number, and I was like, and then she like did the screen thing so I could type it in, and I did that. And then she gave me the total, and I gave her the money. And I feel like she was irritated that I wasn't speaking, and that was weird. That was interesting for sure. So there's just so much power in silence, you know, like just holding. I had a one-on-one yesterday, and it was rough, but just like holding her and like having that moment without speaking was a gift. There's also I don't know, I guess I've realized like the power in silence and like just observing. Like I could fucking hear everything. Like I walk into a space and I could hear the fridge. Like it's crazy. I don't want to hear everything, but it's also such a gift. Like I could hear the birds and I could hear the all the electronics that are plugged in. And I guess I'm not constantly in my head, because I would lose my shit if I was. Yeah, I guess I had to learn a way to not allow myself to stay in there, because all I had was me. And like, I don't have the best ideas and the best thoughts all the time, especially when it's just me. Like things get real dark real quick. And I didn't allow for that. I remember I did journal on Sunday and I was like super sad. This was like 26 hours in. I was super fucking sad. I'd just woken up from a nap. And I was like, like, what do I do? Like, I'm just going to sit here and be sad. And I'm like, you get yourself up. You take yourself on a nice little hike. And you take your Grizzly Girl with you. And just make something of your day. Like, just because it's 4 o'clock doesn't mean your day's over. So, I went on this really cool hike in Santa Cruz that I'm still sore from. But it was beautiful. I just, like, adventured solo. I know Grizzy enjoyed it. She was super tired from it. It's just such a gift to like be able to recognize like, hey girl, you're about to have really sad and dark thoughts, so you should do something about it. And like usually I just like call friends, right? Or there's like this bug here. Usually I just call friends, or I don't know, I outsource my feelings. And I caught myself doing that a lot lately, and I think that's another reason why I chose to do this. I also discovered the power in my voice. Just soaking up, like listening to my own voice. I stuck to my regular routine, and I had a class on Sunday, and I let people know, like, hey y'all, like I won't be speaking, but we're still gonna have our class if you want to make it. And one of the women that came shared with me that it is very helpful when I communicate with you guys during the sound bath, and I'm like, first of all, I ground you before we go into it. And then there's certain times when I could feel you guys spiraling, and I could feel you guys not breathing, and I I could sense those things. I pick up on your guys' energy and I say something about it, or I walk you through it. And I wasn't doing that on Sunday, and she did mention how helpful it is to have that. So I will continue to offer that for you guys. Another thing is just, so I did, during my non-consumption period, the 72 hours from Friday at 10 to yesterday at 10, I did break that a little early yesterday. I decided to watch Freaky Friday. We were having a Freaky Friday social movie night this Thursday, the 7th. And I was like, I need to watch the movie because I need to make sure I have all the decorations, and I needed to order those things that they're in on Wednesday. So I watched it yesterday, and the song that her band, that like Lindsay Lohan's band sings, made me cry. Like just listening to it. And I think I love listening to music, especially like intentional, like from the heart music. And first of all, that's a great song. Second of all, I hadn't heard music. I've been going on my drives quietly. My phone's on airplane mode. Like I don't have access to any of that. I'm not listening to podcasts. I really cut my consumption. And like yesterday when I heard that song, I cried. Like I'm just able to like feel things and appreciate things so much more. And I am grateful for that. I don't know what will happen like now that I'm like post my silent period. I did journal a lot during this process. So I'm going to have to refer back to this and make sure that I don't lose this sense of gratitude that I'm feeling right now. I'm really proud of myself. Like the amount of discipline it takes to like have the integrity to be like, I said I'm going to do this, and like I'm home alone and nobody's watching, so I could eat whatever I want and I could say whatever I want and I could listen and do whatever I want and no one's going to know. But like choosing not to because I know I need this for myself and I want to show up authentically for you guys and like actually go through the experience myself so I could share it with you on the other side. Yeah, it's discipline and it's integrity, and I'm like fucking proud of myself, right? Like usually I would like go on little benders and like not talk to people for a few days, or usually I would like get sad and like ignore my phone for the entire weekend and be sad and like overeat and overwatch, like binge watch Netflix. And that wasn't the purpose of this. Like I remember like lying on the couch and being like, oh, okay, well, I don't have Netflix, so I'm just going to get up and like do something, which was really cool. I also didn't allow myself to work. Yeah, I would have worked through the entire 72 hours, and I'm not sure I would have gotten the amount of gratitude that I feel right now if I allowed myself to work. I love my work. I don't consider it work. I am truly pursuing my life's purpose in this chapter of my life. And I'm so excited to like get back on whatever that means, like responding to emails and contacting people and doing all these things, prepping all these classes, updating our website, like so many things that I usually dread, but now I'm just excited to do it. What else can I share with you guys? Okay, the fact that this has only been like 14 minutes, I usually like over speak all the time, like overshare. And maybe I've just learned the value of like less is more. Like I'm saying less things, but there's more impact behind it. I don't know. I have to listen back to this and figure out how it feels. Damn. I am really proud of myself. I did it. And yeah, I really don't know what else to tell you guys. This is my new podcast. We don't have a name for it yet. I'll release a new episode every week on, what is today? Tuesday? We'll do it every Wednesday. Give me some work to do tonight. We'll drop every Wednesday at 5 in the morning. If you guys could take anything from this episode, it would be just like our own ability to shift our mind and shift our thoughts into something positive when we begin to spiral. Yes, you could always listen to music. You also watch TV. You could also call a friend. Like, all of those things are great, but know that you have the power within you to make that shift all by your lonesome. That doesn't mean you're lonely. I am truly learning to embrace my solitude. And I'm finding a lot of power in it. So thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned for the next episode of, I don't know the name of this podcast yet. I'll see you guys then. Thank you.